Yeah, that special taste. Remember, AM, PM is the place. You want it? We got it. AM, PM Mini Markets.
For years, Ford's been making the T-Bird more beautiful, more fun to drive, more sexy. Well, now she's 30 and all dressed up for the party with special features that make this 85 T-Bird a collector's item. Hey, I should look this good when I'm 30. But there's less than 1,000 of these babies, so hurry. You don't want to wait another 30 years. Remember who loves you, baby.
KFMB TV, Channel 8 in San Diego.
Marty Levine, Don Fratangelo, Ted Leitner on sports, Clark Anthony with the weather. Reports from Patrick Crosby and Carol Hassan. This is the 11 o'clock edition of News 8.
Good evening at 11 o'clock. His name was James Gilmore. He was last seen 23 years ago. Tonight, the case of this missing boy is over. But for his mother, who now lives in San Diego, it is a case that has ended tragically. And for police, it is still a mystery, and they are calling it murder. James Gilmore was reported missing by his mother from their then Los Angeles home in 1962. He was 14 years old. Tonight, sheriff's investigators in Los Angeles made public the fact that Gilmore's body was found 3 weeks ago underneath that Los Angeles home. His mother, Donna Jean Gilmore, moved to San Diego in 1973. Tonight, she told News 8 she was notified about the discovery 2 weeks ago.
This person, whoever it was, went through this crawl hole to inspect the foundation or something. I guess the house has been sold again. And he saw this tennis shoe. And he picked it up. I guess it was sticking out of the dirt. And there was a foot in it. So I guess he found, dug more and then found out what was there, and he called the police. It was such a shock that it's mind-boggling, really, is the best way to express it. It's after being brought up after all these years, why, it's just shocking, that's all.
During those 23 years, did you ever give up hope?
Oh, I figured he was dead. Yes, I did. I always kind of hoped that someday he'd knock on the door. Hi, Mom, But never happened.
Officially, the cause of James Gilmore's death has not been released, and as I mentioned a moment ago, investigators in Los Angeles are treating this as a homicide.
Marty, the two questions the FAA and American Airlines are asking tonight are, what caused it and where is it? That reaction after one of American Airlines' Boeing 727s lost an engine today before landing safely at Lindbergh Field. The plane was en route from Dallas to San Diego when apparently one of its 3 engines fell off while flying over western Arizona. No one has yet found the engine and no one has yet figured out how it happened. The pilot has reported feeling a shudder at one point in flight. One of the plane's 89 passengers also felt a sudden shake.
It was about an hour after we left Dallas, and there was this very loud thud or noise that sounded as if something had hit us.
Airline officials say this was only the second time an engine has fallen off a 727. They say there's no way of knowing what happened this time until they recover the lost engine. Astronauts Jeffrey Hoffman and David Griggs made NASA's first unscheduled spacewalk look routine earlier today. Using crude materials to make what looks like a fly swatter, the two prepared the shuttle's robot arm to activate a dead satellite launched Saturday. It took 3 hours to get the chore done, but if it works, it will save a Canadian company $80 million. They'll try the device sometime tomorrow.
California may soon follow New York State and make it a law to buckle up. The Assembly has approved a mandatory seat belt bill. Drivers would be fined $20 for the first offense, $50 for everyone after that. The bill also calls for airbags in new California cars. The measure is now with the state Senate. Outraged residents in Santee turned out at a meeting tonight to find out if Santee was planning to okay adult businesses and set up a so-called combat zone. News 8's Patrick Crosby says many in Santee agree they don't want it. He's here now with a story. Pat?
That's what they say, Marty. Many residents and politicians agree. The problem is they will likely have to convince a court they don't want adult and sex-related businesses. And a high court has already told them they have to, and at least answer some basic constitutional questions. A number of weeks ago, we reported the owners of the main attraction topless bar wanted to buy the Casa Don Diego in Santee and make it topless. The city fought. Courts have told Santee they have until June 8th to make some sort of ordinance. So Santee, in one plan, would designate these two shopping centers across from one another at Mission Gorge and Cuyamaca. Residents heard about that and appeared at a planning commission meeting.
If we as citizens do not support the adult entertainment concept, I don't know why we have to put up with it.
Yet the pornographers have a right and the freedom of expression right to come into our city. I say our city has a right to set its own standards to keep this trash out. I'll go one more step further than Jerry Solomon here, and rather than put them in the Santee Drive-In out there, I would suggest we put them in the county dump.
Is there some sort of big demand of applications that's forcing the city's hand? Other than that, though, there have been no other applications that you know of other than the people who applied for Casa Don Diego?
That's correct. Not to my knowledge.
So it's the main attractions application that started it, and they say the deal is still on.
Yes, as of June 8th, if they don't have an ordinance, then we intend to go back to court to issue the license.
You know what the reaction is in Santee?
Well, we understand that there's some resistance. We don't think that it's going to be detrimental to the business.
We're told by some planning commissioners late tonight that they're looking to postpone any decision. The courts have already told Santee they have to come up with some sort of ordinance. The city attorney there told us tonight if they continue to try a permanent ban on all adult-related businesses, that might be a losing fight. Some residents in Santee, they say they'd at least like the city to try.
All right, thanks, Pat. We continue, Don.
It's known as Ladies' Night, and it may be coming to an end. Ladies' Nights are promotions giving price discounts to women on anything from car washes to sports tickets. An Orange County man has challenged the practice as being sexually discriminating, and now the state Supreme Court will hear arguments for his case next month, which could mean another step toward equality of the sexes.
Still ahead tonight on News 8, a woman's right for a pregnancy leave from work gets court approval.
And in Berkeley, scenes from the not-so-distant past as students protest a new issue on campus.
What's your first name, Donnie?
Buying this house. For 3 months, that's all we thought about.
There were so many questions. We were convinced we'd never qualify.
How do you qualify for something you don't understand?
Needless to say, we were a tad nervous talking to Richard O'Neill at Home Savings about a loan. But he cleared up all the details, and now it's all ours.
Our house, our trees, our weeds.
It's people like the Hamiltons who make Home Savings $23 billion strong.
People think we're reluctant to lend them money, which is only natural, I guess. Take the Hamiltons. I knew right away they expected us to turn them down. They seemed surprised when I showed them Home's mortgage loan had a low rate and longer maturity just to help people qualify when ordinarily they wouldn't. Don't know why they were surprised. After all, we are a savings and loan.
It's people like Richard O'Neill who make Home Savings $23 billion strong.
It just wasn't right, answering to some big corporation. That's why we bought our winery back, so we could make wine our way, the Colony way. Some of us go back generations here at Colony, and we want to make wine we're proud of. Wine that won't play second fiddle to anyone. Not Paul Masson, not Almondon, no one. And we're making it. Because now that we own Colony again, we don't have to answer to anyone but ourselves and you.
President Reagan now plans to visit a concentration campsite when he visits West Germany next month. But he still plans to go to a cemetery where German soldiers are buried. A controversy erupted when